This is the vlog for May 27th, 2018. And I have been sneezing all day. Today is the last nice day we are likely to have for quite some time. There is some sun, partly sunny weather in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday, but next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it looks like it's going to be all rain. As such, I got up this morning intending to go for a long walk before the car show with my dad, and instead I went for a short walk, but I did go down to Merriamore Park, and it was gorgeous, as you might imagine. I took a very quick little walk, came home, showered, and then went and had lunch with my dad at Triple X Root Beer. It was the busiest I have seen that restaurant on any of the car shows I've ever been there. I've been to about half a dozen maybe, but they had over 300 cars today. Just astounding. They filled the parking lot, they filled the next parking lot over and the parking lot across the street. There was nowhere to park. I parked down the road in a gravel thing off to the side of the street and walked 2 blocks down just to get to the restaurant, and then I had lunch with my dad. We're joined by a rather curious gentleman who name dropped all the cars that he had owned. He arrived in an E-Type Jag he bought in 1967, the year after they came out, and is still driving today. I can't even imagine that. The car I drive is 10 years old, and I think in another 10 years there's probably no possible way I'll still be driving it, but we'll see. He had also owned a BMW at one point. I think he mentioned having a Porsche. Just, he rattled them off, and he rattled off all the places that he's been. Name of Tom T. I think that was the name they called when his food arrived. The reason he sat and talked with us is that we were waiting for our food for something like half an hour. It was 20 minutes before my dad went up to ask and found out that they had lost the order somewhere. And it was another 10 minutes after that before we got the food. But it was very good. The root beer is probably the best root beer in the state of Washington. I think it's like 7th best in the country. And I think their secret ingredient is probably sugar. I think I came home and brushed my teeth immediately. No, I need to brush them again now because I just had frozen yogurt because the weather is not promising tomorrow or Tuesday. I went on a second walk this evening. Anytime my senses want to calm down, that'd be great. I went right around after dinner, and I walked around one of the neighborhoods right till sunset. And one of the problems living up here on the plateau is that it seems like you should be able to watch the sunset fairly easily, and you can't. All the property overlooking the lake to the west, where the sun is setting, is private or blocked by trees because we live in a very wooded area, despite all of the development's best intentions of tearing down all the trees to make room for more houses in this area. I sometimes wonder what this place is going to look like 40 years from now. If I'll even be able to recognize it. Maybe it'll just be a big metropolis. But it's not 40 years from now, it is right now. And right now, despite not being able to see the lake or the sunset from any particularly good vantage point along my walk, it was beautiful. No clouds in the sky, so it's sort of funny to know that it's going to be cloudy first thing in the morning. It's going to be quite cloudy. if there is any sun at all, I'm going to try and make use of it. Go park at the landing and walk around Marymore again. Or maybe I'll go down to the Evans Creek Preserve. But as I was heading back to my car, I didn't notice any clouds, but I did notice a breeze, a bit stronger than just a breeze. It was moving the trees and rattling the leaves, and it was an eerie sort of thing. It seems to have died down now. But, you know, I can still hear just little bits of gusts. I don't think the microphone's going to pick that up, but it makes me want to write something eerie, something spooky. I did have an idea for something. I don't know if I'm going to pursue it. Depends on how much energy I have for it and how much sneezing I'm going to keep doing tonight and tomorrow. But, you know, it's coming up on summer, and kids go away to summer camp sometimes during the summer, and sometimes they go camping, and sometimes they tell stories around the fire pit. And I thought, wouldn't it be neat if I told a little creepy horror story on YouTube? Like I said, it's just an idea. I don't know if it would work. I've had an idea for a sort of a horror story. It may be too long to tell in a few 10-minute, increments. Could end up going for an hour or more if I really went into it. But I'll keep you guys posted. All half dozen of you. And if you really think it would be a cool idea for me to tell a spooky story through the medium of personal video, let me know. Put a comment out there. I do not get a lot of comments, so they pop up very obviously when I go into YouTube to browse videos on my free time. Anyway, I'm gonna go wipe my nose, I think, sneeze a few dozen more times, and then get to bed. But I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.